Hey everybody, welcome. Welcome to this fine Tuesday. It's time for some evil. That's right, it is records of evil.
Should probably open up roll 20.
I mean, it would
Maybe?
probably be a good idea. Probably. So, when we last left off, our team was going deeper into the ruins of the cult. You had found your way through a saber-cat den, fought off a bunch of deadly paralytic centipedes, which turned out to be much more of a difficult time than you were expecting.
When the DM rolls well.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. It was, oh boy. It was an interesting time, but you survived and managed to get through it. So you head, of course, into this tunnel. It's dark. It's black. You don't really see a lot of anything. You aren't even sure where within the complex you're going down. You had a lot of experience on the second layer of the complex and the first layer. The first layer being where the main chamber was, where the rituals, the second level being the living quarters, and of course where the other tunnels came out from, including the tunnel that you were guarding. You know that there was a third floor and that there was a fourth floor under construction. So you're not even sure where within the labyrinth of the cult you'll be entering into with this passage. You're not sure if you're coming in on the second layer, if it's coming on the third layer. Heck, it could come on in the first somewhere. You have doubts of it, because most likely with the exploration that's been going on by the archaeologists, they may have found it at that point in time. Nonetheless, the tunnel in front of you is a kind of winding combination of areas that have been formed and sculpted by people, and of course some occasional stairs intermixed with slopes and places where it's been reinforced with some masonry, other places where the walls of the cavern are very natural and unshaped, at least at this point in time. This tunnel winds for quite a while, and as you follow it, it goes for about 200 feet. You go down a little bit too. You're not sure exactly how far down you go. You were within the claw itself pretty decently at that point in time. And at this point, you may be 10, 20, even 30 feet down. It's hard to tell. But you'll come to the end of this, and you'll see a door. You can tell that around the door, it looks like it has actual masonry. A lot similar to the masonry within your complex within the claw. What you gonna do?
Ooh, I couldn't understand that. It's a little breaky up.
Yeah.
Is there anything like special that we can?
Special about the door?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it has any kind of lock on it. It just looks like it's got like a standard handle, wooden, like iron reinforced. It looks to be probably very old, a little bad shape, but still intact. you can tell definitely it's been worn by age in general. As probably treated wood, especially that you probably had you used treated wood for the doors and stuff within the desert. It could explain lasting this long, definitely. And being deep within a complex would help to alleviate any kind of weathering that it would have possibly encountered.
Well, I'm going to attempt to open the door.
Alright, it opens actually quite fine. It just swings open. There's a little puff of like air and dust that kind of comes out. Maybe not that it was quite airtight, but like, you know, there was a little bit of dust in the way, and you kind of like moved things out of the way. In front of you is a tunnel. It stretches on for maybe about 35 feet, and a second door is in your way. This looks to be like it was maybe like a hall under construction. Most of it seems intact. There's a couple of bricks here and there that are missing. And you can tell that there's a couple of materials that were left here. You can see some old pickaxes kind of stretched against the wall, covered in like old webs and dust to your left. And you can see that there's like a bag of material. It's opened a little bit. It looks like it's got some kind of mortar in it. Probably would just need to be mixed with some kind of water to like seal off the bricks and such. And there are a few smaller tools near that mortar that are probably for finely carving the natural walls before laying the brick down, and also probably applying the mortar itself once mixed. Otherwise, this place is quiet.
I'm just going to keep on walking.
Okay. You can move by all the material very easily. Nothing really blocks your way. Marcel, something to do with?
Dang it. Nope. I didn't prepare fine traps.
How could you?
Mm-hmm.
Utterly betrayed.
Alright, you move over to the door. It seems like a similar door to the last one. Again, wooden, got a simple handle. Metal reinforced.
I'm gonna open it on up.
Alright, you attempt to push the door open, and it opens just a tiny bit before you thunk into something. It's like a pff, like there's something on the other side of the door.
How much did the door open? Was it just like a couple of inches?
Couple
or,
of inches. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like it's got like a tiny bit like open, like it maybe opened like you think like this much, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like you felt that it opened, but you can definitely tell that there was something like in the way of it.
I don't know if you have more luck with this than I did for Sal. Seems like there's something stuck.
Yeah. I take the door and give it a good shove.
Alright, roll strength for me then.
Athletics or strength?
It would be straight strength for this one because you're just trying to like strong arm a door open. Unless, let me check athletics in case strong arming a door is technically under that. I don't think it is. I can't do it for my player's handbook. Define punching, no, pushing. Wow, my spelling is so awful this morning.
Oh, nope.
I think it's just strength.
Yeah, no, it is just strength because it's like athletics, blah blah blah, and then it says other strength checks. Force open a stuck, locked, or barred door. So it's pure strength. You are correct.
Get rid of these bear and this tiger. We don't need bear and tiger right now. The answer is no.
Why can't I?
You just kind of like bump into the door. Whatever it is, like on your own, you just can't get a good push into it.
Maybe I'll push.
Sorry, what was that?
Can we push all together?
You could try to work together. One person can roll with advantage.
Who
Who's
has
the
most
best strength?
I have 1 and then 12. I'm never sure which one it actually
How
is.
do I have more strength?
Yeah, I also have a 1 in 12.
Mine is
Oh my god.
2 and 14.
Damn.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so you have a +2, so you're better.
Apparently. And advantage is better, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll help you, so you roll with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
All right. Yeah. You like the three of you kind of like
We
all
did it, guys.
work together and kind of shove like strong arm into it, like counting to 3. You know, kind of trying to get like this rhythm of trying to push on it. Like the first couple of pushes, you can feel a little bit of give, but it just like feels like there's something in the way that you're pushing into, and eventually you get this big push as there's this loud clatter of noise as things kind of fall apart. You can kind of look into the room, and it's a large chamber filled with crates, barrels, boxes of all kinds, and it seems like there was a large pile that was in front of this door. Along with a number of wooden boards, which were seemingly covering over it before the pile of stuff was put in front of it. So it looks like, the door was kind of hidden behind these boards, and then people piled up things. All kinds of bits and pieces of junk, wooden objects which are now kind of shattered and old, pieces of rusted metal fall apart, a large kind of pot that might have once held some kind of liquid or something falls over, breaking apart as you kind of clatter in here. The room itself is massive.
Maybe one of the supply rooms? I don't think I've been in here.
Let's see if I might know anything like this fire today.
There would be supply rooms within the complex. There was at least there were four smaller supply rooms on the second floor. You don't remember a supply room on the first floor. The entire complex is very much like a plus or cross shaped, and you are familiar with those first 2 floors, as I said, and has a similar at least shape layout. You assumed that the lower floors were being built in the same way. You don't recognize this storeroom. It's much larger than the ones you've encountered before. If this is on the lower levels, or an area that you just didn't happen to go upon before, it could be. You weren't everywhere on the second floor, too. You just assumed it wasn't going to be in that shape anyway.
Well, it seems we are here.
Sorry.
Ooh, I have a new thing that I can use. Yeah, I'll just post the little... Post a little thing. I'm gonna use my eye for detail.
Oh. Okay. Can you click it?
Oh, I think I just have to find the things now, because everything is lost. Ooh, do I want to? I want to spot a hidden item.
Bonus action as
Or
a
investigate.
starter hidden. In this case, you could the perception. It's not going to help you too. It's the same as making a normal perception if you want to. If you want to make the intelligence, you can make either. I'd say.
Okay.
Up to you which one you want to use.
Let's do some investigating.
Okay, so roll me investigation then. All right. You actually take a good look around. The place here has. You can kind of like give an idea that this area is a very large storeroom, and it does seem to have a lot of materials related to construction. You're going to infer probably you are at least on the 3rd level, maybe on the 4th level. Again, because you know that was under construction. So, it's very hard to tell either of those. But definitely, this place here is under a large amount of construction. And, because you can see that there's like half the room is filled with materials, probably for that purpose. At least it's being stored here. There's some food supplies, some water supplies, all of which are mummified. A couple different tools, various things that are probably for cult members, like little in sundries that are probably make daily living a little easier when living in an underground place inside a desert. You don't see any signs of any current individuals, but you can see that there does seem to be 2 exits to this room. Both are across the room from where you entered. One is directly across from you and appears to be a set of portcullis, like an iron bars that are in the way. You don't see any obvious signs of how to open those. The other is a door, which is farther off to the right than that.
Okay, I'll relay the information to everyone. So which way should we head towards? I don't see a way to open the bars. Or is not something obvious?
Nope, nothing I can think of.
Let's see here. Mishka, you can roll me a intelligence insight roll, please. Just roll me that quickly.
Intelligence insight.
Well, it might be just wisdom insight's fine too. Whichever one came up. You do recall some information about the layout of the 3rd floor, or at least the lower floors. You're not sure if they're constructing the 4th floor the same way, but you do know that the 3rd floor was supposed to be a little more labyrinthian. It was supposed to be more of a fallback point where a lot more of the secrets of the cult were being put into it. So you had your 1st floor with the major rituals, 2nd floor where the major population was, 3rd floor which became important stuff. So there was a lot more traps, difficult ways to travel, some secret passages, things like that which were being built in. You're assuming the 4th floor was going to be the same and maybe even ramped up a little bit. So you do like realize of seeing like the portcullis there and like the kind of weird nature of it that you don't see a way to open it. Maybe you're not supposed to come in there from this come in here from this direction. Maybe you need to open it from the other side, or maybe there's a trick to it.
So I let him that. Can I look at the gates or whatever to see if I can figure out if there's like any trick stuff?
Sure. Just roll me a perception around the gate itself. Alright, it does look as it moves up into the ceiling on some kind of chain system. So there might be some kind of lever or pulley somewhere nearby. You don't see it on quick investigation. It's not like super close to here. Also, it looks like you could probably manually lift the thing up, but it'd probably be pretty difficult. Not impossible, but judging you guys had a little bit of trouble moving the boxes out of the way, this would be like another level of difficult. Lifting an iron gate up and trying to, like, because it looks like it goes up into the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible for us to achieve a 25? I don't know if it'd be 20 or 25, but it's somewhere around there.
It is quite difficult. Not impossible, you don't think. Like, if you maybe had some tools or, like, something that would help you lift it, but, like, on your own, it's a big metal gate that's in the way.
Since there's construction, can you see any, like...
Like metal poles or something? Something to, like,
Yeah.
lever it up almost?
Mm-hmm.
There are probably some tools. Their handles have deteriorated a lot, but, like, you can probably find some more pickaxes that the top ends of the picks are in good shape. Probably there is at least a crowbar somewhere. It's not a very large crowbar, but, like, you can find one in amongst some of the boxes that, like, you know, someone left that they've been opening crates with. So those seem to be the large metal objects you can find. Like a crowbar, it's not like a huge pole, but it's something. And then a pickaxe thing, which is like 3 feet wide for a big old pickaxe.
Try that.
Oh, sure.
You could try those. You think you could at least get the gate up a little bit with these, lifting it enough for someone to get through. None of them seem that big, unfortunately. But, like, if you wanted to lift it up a little bit, that's possible.
We can give it a go. I assume if they're hiding anything, that's going to be behind bars.
With your check from before, if someone else would be doing it, you do assume... Oh god, we forgot to do specialties for classes.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
But
I think I did mine.
oh, I think we finally figured out yours. Yeah, but
Yeah, I got the Inquisitive one.
okay, that's right, you did. Did we get one for Mishka too?
So, no.
Okay,
There's
because
a whole moon stuff or whatever.
okay, you were thinking moon.
No. I was... That's the only one I remembered hearing.
We'll worry about it later. But you do have your wild shape, which means you can change into an animal. So
I mean, I guess...
you could easily become a small animal that would probably be able to squeeze through if someone would use one of these tools to lift it up. Yeah, because you can change into any... Because it doesn't really have a size limit, as long as you change into a beast of challenge rating 1/4 or lower. Heck, I'm pretty sure you could change into, like, a rat, if you wanted to. So definitely, like, the rat could probably squeeze through the bars on its own. Or if you want to transform into something a little larger, they could use one of these metal things to lift it up. One of the Rivercell and Thersey might be able to do that together. They might be able to.
Might be. Do we want to try doing that?
Worth a shot.
Animal. So, I guess I'll turn into the rat.
Okay.
And then you guys have to lift.
Well, if you're the rat, you can just slip through. It's just that you're not...
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's just like you're not very defensible as a rat in comparison to something like, a little
I
larger.
could just run back, right?
You could probably just run away. Yes.
Exactly.
All right.
So onward.
Okay. The tunnel. You change it to a rat, and do you guys have? I guess everybody else is shining light for you or something, or are they giving you some kind of light that you can push along as a rat?
I mean, I guess we're shining a flashlight through. They're bars.
Yeah. The tunnel goes for about 20 feet before it goes into a T intersection. Let me just check something here, because Rat might have... Rat has dark vision 30 feet. Good for you. You have dark vision 30 feet. Helpful. As a rat. So yeah, it goes down for about 20 feet before it goes to going to the left or the right. You can see that the tunnel to your right goes deeper than your vision goes. So it goes farther than 30 feet off to the right. To your left, the tunnel goes for about 10 feet, and it goes around a corner. I could probably build this a little bit on the map. Let me see.
Ooh.
I can edit this here.
I'm currently sawing through around 150 little things of thread.
Yeah.
And I'm covered in them.
I
IRL?
expected you over there.
Yes. Yep. I'm sorting out all my colors.
Alright, let me... We are in the middle about here. Let me see if this is going to be big enough. This might not be, but we'll pretend it is. Okay. Sorry. It's giving me a minute to, figure out where to start drawing this entire thing for you guys. You should be on a new map. It is going to be very small in comparison to what it was, because it is a very large map.
If you hold shift, I think it connects to borders. You did a pretty good job of getting it bordery anyway.
Okay. Let me put you on the board. So you should be at the top middle if you're looking on the
Yep, I just zoomed out and zoomed back in on it.
Yep, that's where you're at. And then there was this here, and we T intersection like this. I'll mark where it's not exist. So nothing is here. That's open. This is open. This is like where the portcullis is. And here is the one door. Here is the other door. So everybody... Oh, and let me this around on stream. I can probably set this up for people to see too. Sort of. Oh,
Okay.
evil map. Evil map shows up! Yes! Excellent. So you're as a rat. Oh, Jesus, that's writing. Oops. You're at a rat right here. Everybody see where you're at?
Yep.
Yep.
So it goes farther down this way, and it goes back towards the room. So there's an open hall on this side, and the open hall goes down far this way. So like there's an opening over here too. So the 3 lines equals opening, dots are portcullis, horrible squares means there's a door.
You know, I'm gonna send a thing real fast.
I probably could just use my tokens, but I've got some dungeon building tokens, but I just don't want to find them very quickly.
I just sent you a key to dungeon morphology.
Weird stuff.
I
Oh,
will.
I love it.
I can see if I could actually find my if any of my purposes actually help very quickly. Maybe I do have some better tiles actually. I keep forgetting to look every time. Those are walls.
It's just there's like certain like universal symbols for things, and like when doing like hand drawn stuff. So
Yes.
that's what I sent in Discord.
Ah.
Excuse the bell. Water in front of me.
I can use these crates as
Ooh.
something. Oh.
Hold Alt to make it so it doesn't snap.
Oh, thank you. So this,
It's almost as if I really like using maps in Roll20.
here's the portcullis. There we go. I think I got doors somewhere in here. Damn it. Well, I'll find them. Anyway, yeah. Map, it's getting better. Whatever, we'll work on it.
I'm gonna go to the right. How's that back
Okay.
area?
Okay, so you're going to the right area. Gotcha. Okay. Let me just get the measurements here. Okay. Alright, the hallway goes down that way and ends in... That's fine. It ends actually in a area where you can see there's actually a crank and pulley system. Right, the back end of here. Right here. You can see that there also does seem to be some kind of lock there, too.
A lock on the police system?
Yes, that you could lock into place. It currently does seem to have the locking system in place. It seems to be some kind of like metal bar that's kind of chained to the one wall that can kind of be pulled in and out of the pulley system and locked into an area. Like it kind of goes across it, so it keeps it in place. Snaps into some points.
I found one that's a little bit better.
I can
Anyway.
change back, right? To normal?
Yes, you can change back to normal.
Yes. Yeah.
You
It's just it uses up for
Yeah,
your
between you have a
cast of it.
limited number of times per day you can use it. You can use it twice normally per day. So if you change back,
Got it.
you'll still be able to open this, but then you'll only have one more use before you need a long rest, I think, to get it back. Let me just check. Oh no, a short rest would get it back.
Yeah.
So
It's like you have a number of uses. No, you have, I think it's just 2 uses before you have to like short rest to get them back.
yeah.
But yeah, I guess I'll turn back to normal so I can try to get that open.
Okay.
I think you get, if you do go Circle of Moon, I think you have extra ones.
It doesn't take you long to get the locking system off. It's pretty easy. And the pulley actually, even like at this age, it's a little difficult. So please do roll me strength, but it's a lot easier than you think it would be for the pulley and chain system, for kind of like cranking it.
Little. We'll take more checks, right?
I mean, this doesn't feel like it's a very difficult strength, but maybe, yeah, even with a 6, you do manage it. It does take you a little longer than you want, and you end up having to kind of crutch the lock a couple of times. It feels like maybe the system's a little rusted and kind of aged, so it doesn't work as well as it used to. Maybe you need a little bit of repair and oil in it to really make it work again. But you do kind of like, after maybe about 5 minutes, get it to the height where your 2 friends can follow you. If you want to get it up all the way, it'll take you longer, but at least now people could duck down and get under it.
Alright.
And you can lock it into place.
Fully locked.
Okay.
See what I get.
No, you always only have 2 uses of it per short rest. Nothing expands that. The short rests are just an hour. It's not like he'll throw skeletons at us.
Why would I do that?
Exactly.
We'll fill this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. So the hall stretches all the way down here and goes off to the side here. Oh, I'm gonna rearrange this so it's in the center for the stream.
So did you pull up the portcullis?
Yes, the portcullis is open. She doesn't have it up all the way. She's got it up enough that you can duck under it.
Well, let's get quacking.
Probably didn't quite need the map as big as it is. Now that I'm looking at it, like what I have created.
It's fine.
I made the overall grid like 100 by 100. I probably could have gotten away with like 50 by 50. Whatever.
Oh gosh, yeah, no, I've only ever used I think the biggest map I've personally used is 75 by 75.
See, I didn't like count it out and judge how big I had like drawn this thing and had like estimations of things. So that now I'm trying to like make judgments.
We need to meet up and I can just discuss map making because I've done a whole lot of it.
Okay.
Give you some tips.
So you just want to keep following this pathway?
I guess so.
Alright, so it will go down for quite a ways. We'll call that to the south. That seems an appropriate description of it.
I'm here too.
Fun fact, if you use arrow keys, you can travel like 1 square at a time.
Oh. Alright, this is way too fun. Oh no,
Yeah,
no,
I
no.
know. There's a reason I like you. Yeah, no, there's a reason I like using maps.
There you go. There's let me alt it into place a little better. There you go. There's a door at the end of this hall there, so it kind of loops around like so.
Well,
Oops. I gotta remember the stream in the right position for this to see stuff. Oops. I need to pop this stuff out if I'm going to be doing that. And have it in a different spot. Like notes and stuff. Okay.
yep, I picked a bad time to. It's so funny because I had find traps prepared, and then I'm like, we're running through cave systems. I'll switch it out to something else. At our long rest last time, like, just before entering this place.
In my head.
The cheek, man.
Extend,
Absolute cheek.
let's extend the map off to the side here a little bit, like so. And do that. People can see it a little better. That should be fine. Okay, yeah, so you can see it ends in a door all the way down here. Damn it. I clicked on it and it snapped back to normal. It's okay. I can fix it.
Well, let's inspect the door.
Seems like a simple wooden door, though this one does seem to have some kind of lock on it. At least a place for a key to be used.
I try it to see if it's unlocked.
It actually is unlocked.
Ah!
Smarter than me.
Okay.
To be honest, the other alternative would just be us trying to bring it back.
Alright. You see before you a 25 by 25 room. It's kind of got... This room looks here... you can tell that there does seem to have been a lot of traffic in here. There's like a back area where there's kind of like a little carpeted area that's been placed down, and a table with a number of chairs in between it. You can see that there's a number of bookshelves on this. Oh, that's marking and not selecting. Of course it is. There's a number of bookshelves in this wall. The carpeted area is over here on this side. I don't think I've got a carpet to put down. If I did, I totally would put it down right now. But I do
Time to draw a rug.
I do have a little table. So there's like a table here, with... Maybe I have somewhere. Ooh.
Is the rug underneath the table, or...?
Yeah. And they're turned like... Oh, no. That's not the right one. It's turning. Whoops. I'm getting this right. See? There we go. See? That's how they're kind of arranged. And then we have...
So like that? Is the rug?
Close. That, yeah, we could say that's about the rug. Yeah.
Okay.
And there is bookshelves. Oh, well, I gotta alt it along this wall, which I'm using these crates for, because I might have a bookshelf in here, but I didn't see. There we go.
Yeah. Is it in the middle like that?
It's not quite in the middle. It was back kind of to the one side, but I mean it was, I think it was like a little shorter, so it's not too bad though. Like it might have been like closer to this, like a little less than half the room. So it's like carpeted under this nice sitting area, and then like open, and you can see like a lot
So
of
like that.
Yeah, you can see like a lot of dust and dirt around the area you're kind of like coming in at. Most noticeable thing is you can see over in this corner appears to be a kind of, it looks like to be a key that's actually standing out. You can notice it with just a quick sweep of the room. It looks damaged, like it's bent in the middle.
Which corner? Ping again?
That one.
Okay.
Well,
Dang it. No.
I love doing that, where you can create the little things.
Yeah, when you gotta...
Okay, you got a bent key.
Yay!
Do?
That's what I was thinking.
The furniture in here is all wooden. It definitely has some age to it. It's still standing. You don't know how much it would, like, hold your weight or anything, but again, it's, like, deep underground in an area that... It's a desert. There's not a lot of, like, weather that would... Especially if you get out of the wind and deep down here, it's not moisture rich. These things don't deteriorate very badly. It's just more like age at this point in time.
And if it's a small key, then it's just do 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 do. I think. But if it's the boss key, then it's the do 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 do.
It's a small key.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Less dramatic, but okay.
If it was the boss key, you wouldn't know anyway, would you?
I mean, the boss key has, you know, a big skull on it, so we would know.
That's true.
Wonder if this world has Zelda, except Zelda's like an orc or something.
Probably.
Well, no, Zelda's probably an elf.
I want Zelda to be an orc.
They probably have like their own version of it. The orcs have their own version of it. You know, the elves would co-opt it first, though.
Mm-hmm.
Them and their gangs.
Goddamn elvish gangs.
Mm-hmm.
Officially, the people in Zelda are imps.
Yes. So this room is definitely unusual, and it probably throws up red flags in all of your brains pretty quickly.
Let me put it this way. There's a reason I'm not walking onto the carpet.
Also, you don't see any obvious signs of getting into this place.
No, like, that's the thing, is we came in here... Yeah, no, that is actually...
Through an area that's more the other way one way.
Yeah.
The bookshelves are actually... have some books left on them. They probably would be antiques. They're pretty damaged, just by age.
I lift up the corner
Okay.
of the carpet to see if there's anything underneath.
Stonework.
Okay.
1,000 spiders.
At least not right now.
Okay, good.
I'll let you know when the spider swarm shows up.
Good job Dawn isn't here.
I'm gonna grab a couple.
Books? You can find a few that are more intact. They seem to be like... all the books in here seem to be ones that are of pretty simple reading. No in-depth topics. Though... Okay. You try to pull on one in particular that looks really nice, and instead you notice that it's actually wood and not a book, and there's a strange clicking noise when you pull on it.
This is kind of what I'm seeing happen, but I'm not sure if it's...
Well, it appears that on this one, the bookshelf is now swinging.
Huh?
When you tried to remove a book from there, it made a clicking noise and didn't come out. It was like a wooden book attached to there.
But what do you mean swinging?
Like you can move it in and out.
Like on a hinge. Like,
Yeah, like the bookshelf is actually a door.
Hey, I found a door.
And a couple of books.
Yeah. So I very carefully open it.
You can find, let's just say, 3 old books. They probably need some restoration, but you're assuming that with their age, they might be either valuable collector's items, or you could probably donate them to the museum. They would definitely have a restoration branch, but private restorators might be a little more expensive, but possible.
Cool.
Does anyone... Wait.
Uh-huh.
I cast mending on the book.
Yeah. Mending will not repair the damage from age, but it will keep it together in decent condition for transport. There's definitely some, like, material that probably needs something a little more powerful than mending on it to repair it, like a good old make whole.
Yeah.
But
well, at least try and prevent it from falling apart.
yes,
with dust.
you can certainly do that. You can certainly keep it use a little bit of mending and keep them together in a decent shape if you want.
No, I figure it doesn't restore like the faded ink and that stuff. It just will make it so the torn pages.
Yeah, if you want to do that, you could probably take all the books in this area. There's about a dozen of them total. There was the 3 that Mishka saw that were in decent shape. The rest of the books have kind of deteriorated beyond what your magic would keep. Not that you probably couldn't try to take them, but more than likely, archaeological team would probably be much better at removing them.
Yeah. I won't bother with those. I'll just cast on the 3 that are in slightly better condition.
Okay. Alright. Do you want to do anything else in this room, or are you going to head through your secret passage that you discovered?
Do we want him carpet?
Again, I already, lifted up the carpet to see if there's anything underneath, but...
Alright, go through this random bookshelf door.
Okay. So... Let me draw this. This should go out to here. So it goes all the way out to here. And there is open passages here. And
Do you have a...
here.
Did you make a donjon map?
What?
Is this a donjon map?
Perhaps there was some playing around with donjon for a map at some point when Joe was talking about it the other day.
Let me put the... Okay, I know map making.
You perhaps
will not fool me.
You perhaps have used this before.
Yep.
And when I discovered they had cross shape, I'm like, holy crap, cross shape! That's the way I envisioned the dungeon! Yes! Mm-hmm. Then I just have to add cult stuff in.
Yep.
Convenience of map. Well, when Joe was expounding the ability of random map generators online,
Oh no, I don't think the temples or whatever I did for my game for Bastion Frontier.
Yeah.
I used Donjon to do a rough generation for those.
Yeah.
And I just kind of filled them out as I wanted. So, I'm familiar.
I've done a few edits, but mostly it is mostly intact to what they did.
No. Yeah, obviously you edit.
Uh-huh. So, yeah, so you can see that there's 2 passages down here. I don't know how you guessed it so easily.
Because I've seen plenty of them.
Okay. Well, actually, we're at 11. Why don't we take our break as you're exploring, and some dungeon crawling, and discovering things. And then we'll come back in a little bit for continuing adventures of exploring the map. Alright, so if you need to get a drink, go to the restroom, get a snack, go ahead and do that. Or breakfast. I mean, it's pretty early in the morning for some of the people. All of the above, quickly grab it, we'll be back in a little bit. So, see you in a few minutes, folks.